You went to London. You went and do your master's in what?
International studies and diplomacy.
Okay, where did that come from?
Long story short, I read a book about stopping wars, like wars on wars. So it's like.
So it got you interested in politics?
I got interested in actually in
like international relations?
Yeah, international relations. And I think from that book, I see the world as a connections. Like from this series of events, it happened for a reason, and then something gonna happen. When you look back into history, like this event happened because of this event, and I was like, oh, this is fun. It's like somehow you can predict the future. Can I do this?
Yeah.
That's the only questions in my mind.
What was it hard for you to even apply to this?
It was hard because actually they only accept like students from the relevant field.
Okay.
Like, you need to study like international studies before and
for your bachelor.
Yeah,
and
for
then
your
you
bachelor.
can continue.
Or you need like 2 or 3 years of work in some this industry.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I got my role model back then when Leonardo DiCaprio won the Oscar, and he went up to the podium and talked about the climate change, right?
So it was around that time.
Yeah, wildlife. Yeah, it was around that time. I was like so inspired. So I wrote my SOP, right?
Yeah.
SOP to apply. Like I was like, okay, I work in this industry, and I just want to use my professions and the knowledge I will gain from your university to make something happen.
Yeah.
I know they might accept me from this.
Yeah.
I guess
that would make a great.
because my grade is like, okay, my GPA is not that high, so
Okay.
so it's pretty hard.
But
to
you've
get.
got interesting backstory, I would say, because one thing I know about the academics is like they're not just like straightforward. They want diversity. They want people from like different walk of lives. So they can make a good mixture for the learning experience or environment over there. So I think you would make a great choice too. Yeah, I would pick you too. Like, whoa, this guy from this industry and still want to do this.
First 2 months,
How was it?
hell. Also, educational system there and here, it's like completely different. And also it's a master degree. So it's really different from the bachelor degree I studied. And every classes, it's like, you gotta do seminar. And also like 30 minutes of teaching from the teachers and also another 2 hours of seminar, like in a group seminars.
Yeah.
Like all my classmates, right? They're all from this field. Someone worked at the UN for like 10 years and then came to study.
Wow.
And someone graduated from like the very well-known university in Paris and in France, right?
Yeah.
Like international relations and things. And all of them have their own goals. Many people work in organizations and things like non-profit organizations, NGOs and things. And I was like, me, myself, from Thailand,
Right.
have no single international relations
Like experience
experience
whatsoever.
at all. I was like, I spent 2 months reading like theories, international relations theories and things.
Yeah.
Like 2 months, 2 whole months.
Yeah.
To be able to do a seminar with others. It's like first 2 months I don't understand things. So I went back home and study everything. And I caught up somehow.
Wow, but 2 months. I would say that's pretty quick for someone who had zero background to to catch up. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Good job, actually.
Oh, thank you.
But what
it was
happens?
harsh, really.
I know, but
really
what happens after 2 months? After you kind of caught up, then did things get better or
it gets better.
like smoother in terms of like learning and studying?
It gets better.
Okay.
Like I got more friends. First of all, I got more friends.
Yeah.
And
that would help a lot, right?
That helps
because
a lot.
You
That
get to
helps a
study
lot.
with them. You have to do seminars with them.
And people are fun. Like they're all fun. In the campus, right? There'll be a bar in campus, and which is really cheap. like comparing to outside,
Yeah.
comparing to other bars in London. Campus bar really cheap, and it's a best place to exchange knowledge.
Ooh, yeah.
Like you can see, like during the day, people like drinking beers and like talking about an event, like the recent events during that time, and I was like, oh, this is fun. This is really fun, and it gets more fun. Like each day I go to the campus and I was like, this is the place I learn a lot. My visions like really expanded.
Yeah.
And I really learn a lot. But one thing I learned, like I still think about it pretty much every day, is that you gotta stop label something. Like labeling is gonna fix your thoughts onto just that narrow perspective you have.
Yeah.
So if you label this as a share, it's gonna be a share for you.
You would only sit on it.
Yeah, but if you stop labeling it, you can use it as so many things. Just like when you are talking to someone, if you label them as something, you're pre-biased. You gotta be pre-biased about them. So stop labeling. It's like one thing I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's a great lesson. Because once you label something, everything would be so limited, right?
Yeah.
You would be even pigeonholing people into their place, and they can only be this and nothing else. Yeah, and that would be a lot of like loss on opportunities too. I guess. Yeah. Wow. I love when learning happens outside the classrooms like this so much. Can we talk about something like a long time ago, which is happening to you too? Babel. Because we've seen that, and I think that was such a great idea for the show. So a lot of people from many places around the world get together, and they're not allowed to use English as the like center language, right? Yeah. And you have to struggle to like understand people using your own language. How fun was that?
It was really fun.
Yeah.
No, I like that concept really much, right? It's like people, even though you are speaking your own languages, the idea of that human can always communicate with each other, no matter what barrier you have. That's the core idea, and I love that really much. And it's and the show really proved this idea. Like we even invented our own languages.
True. Yeah.
But please don't ask me because I forgot. I forgot all
that
the
happened
words.
like 7-8 years ago, right? A long time ago.
No matter the language barrier, no matter the cultural barriers and things, we can always communicate and we can always work on something to make it work.
Yeah. That is so amazing for a human being, but it's up to us that we would choose to communicate or not, right? Yeah, because sometimes we don't want to talk to some of the guys that we don't like, or we feel like they're too different from us. Prejudice, right?
Stop labeling.
Stop labeling.
Stop
That's
labeling.
such a great
Stop
lesson.
labeling.
That is so good. So fast forward to today when you were done with your master's degree a long time ago, and now you're still studying PhD. So you're not done with like education. Obviously.
After my master, I think my vision has been expanded like a lot, and I see the world differently from that one year. That one whole year changed me a lot. No matter what your professions are, what you study tend to be the lens that you look through it in your professions. Like I myself, I work in entertainment industry, right? But I will have this lens that it's international relation lens that I look through it, and that makes you. That's always makes you. When I came back, right, I was like, I think my vision is expanded, but I still want to know more about certain things. Like something I could do, or I could make things better in my own country. So I applied for the international developments.
Wow.
And political science.
Right.
One skill I picked up from studying PhD is fast reading.
Fast reading.
Yeah.
You have to read a lot, and
it's not the skimming. It's fast reading. It's like whole different methods, but Yeah, you have this like one book a week and also 10 to 20 articles a week to read about.
Right.
I was like, how can I finish a book and 12 or 15 articles in a week? I was like, no way.
Yeah.
So I pick up like a book called Fast Reading Techniques and things.
I see.
Actually, you can find it in all the bookshops in Thailand.
Does it help?
Bangkok. Yeah, it's helped a lot.
Wow.
It's helped a lot when because okay, one thing I read English ever since I was young, right? Like I read books in English ever since I was young, but I don't speak quite much. But I read a lot, and when you read, the book say that, not me. Okay.
Yeah.
You stop your reading skills when you are in grade 2 or 3.
Oh, really?
You stop to develop your reading skills
Okay,
during
okay.
grade 2 or 3, because during grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade, you are grouping words. Like CAT is cat, right? DOG is dog. So you're reading word by word. You're grouping letters into words during that 1 or 2 years. And then during grade 3 or grade 4, you are now reading words by words, and you are saying it out loud. You can practice speaking from that too, right? But once you start reading it out loud, you stop reading faster because you need to read it by the pace you are reading in your head.
Your mouth needs to catch up
Yeah.
with your eyes.
Yeah, and it goes subconsciously into your head that when you're reading, a dog is running toward the door, and that's what constrains you from reading faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of registered in your mind that this is the speed.
Yeah, this is the speed.
My
right?
top speed
Yeah,
in reading.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you can get rid of that voice in your head, you're gonna read faster. And the second technique is that when you group words together, you see it as a picture. Like one sentence in a book might consist of like 10 or 12 to 15 words, right? But if you group it like 3 words together, 4 words together, 3 words together, you're reading that sentence in just 3 glances. 1, 2, 3. So it's becoming faster.
Wow.
And it's very easy to practice. So you guys please do.
I was going to say it must be hard to practice because in my mind, this is not easy.
Actually,
but you said it's easy.
Worst thing, the hardest thing in practicing speed reading is that sound in your head.
Okay.
It's
Just
that
get
sound
over
in your
it.
head.
Get over it, the sound in
I
your head.
try to count instead of saying it out loud in my head.
Okay.
I count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my head, but I'm reading the words. Yeah.
And you're doing this to survive your
I'm doing this to
PhD.
survive my PhD.
Because you need this.
Yeah.
You need this. But it is so good because this is like the best like drive for you to do something.
And it's fun. And it's fun. To be honest, it's fun. Right?
Yeah.
And now reading book is more interesting because you finish your book faster.
Wow.
And you every book you pick up all the thing you're interested in, right? You are not gonna take up all the 100% of the books. Anyways, but
right.
you're gonna pick up some of the things you're interested in that book. So reading books become more interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Because you finish it faster.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So a lot of people still read, guys. Give it a shot. In case you're just like watching videos and scrolling like shorts video on TikTok or something like that. Yeah, reading's still fun.
Reading's still fun.
Yeah.